Some rivers run so far they forget the way back home.
She left at 17 with stars in her eyes, chasing something bright beneath the open skies. Mama watched her go from the kitchen door, said, "Baby, don't forget what you came here for."
But cities swallow dreams the way they swallow youth,
and she learned the hard way all about the truth. She sent a letter home at Christmas every year, but fewer words each time as the years disappeared. Some rivers don't run home, they just wander wide and alone. Some rivers find the sea and forget where they belong. Lord, if I could reach her through the water and the foam, I'd tell her some rivers still need to run home. Mama's gone now, the old house stands alone. The neighbor boy mows what was her garden home. She never made it back before the end. I read that in the letter that she penned. She wrote, "I thought there'd always be more time. I thought the road back home was still all mine." She sent her love by proxy through the years, too proud to come back home and face her tears. Some rivers don't run home, they just wander wide and long. Some rivers find the sea and forget where they belong. Lord, if I could reach her through the water and the foam, I'd tell her some rivers still need to run home. Don't wait so long that home becomes a stranger. Don't let the miles turn into something more. The ones who love you most won't always be there waiting. Go back while there's still a door. Some rivers don't run home, they just wander wide and long. Some rivers find the sea and forget where they belong. Lord, I'm gonna run back through the water and the foam, 'cause some rivers, Lord, some rivers still need to run home. Come home now, just come on home.
He came back broke from a war he never chose. The mountains didn't change while he was gone. Same rich, same sky, same hollow and same song. But something in his eyes had shut down tight. He walked back home and barely spoke that night. His mama held him like he was 14. Lord, nobody talks about what that boy had seen. Blue Ridge Mountains, broken man, trying to find what he once had. Blue Ridge Mountains, do what you can, heal the hurt that follows a fighting man. He found his daddy's axe behind the shed, spent weeks just splitting wood to clear his head. The work was all that kept him from the edge, a broken man still keeping his own pledge. His mama held him like he was 14. Lord, nobody talks about what that boy had seen. Blue Ridge Mountains, broken man, trying to find what he once had. Blue Ridge Mountains, do what you can, heal the hurt that follows a fighting man. He don't talk much about the things he saw, he just keeps going by some silent law. These mountains never ask him to explain. They hold him up and help him through the pain. Blue Ridge Mountains, broken man, slowly learning how to stand. Blue Ridge Mountains, hold this man, let him in the only way he can. The mountains hold the ones who need them most. Lonesome, long before the sunrise comes. The coffee's cold, the fire's burn low. There ain't a soul for miles I know. She left on a cold November night and took the last of every light. Before the dawn can find my door, I'm already on the floor. I'm lonesome before the sunrise comes, before the rooster, before the drums. When the night won't let the morning in, I face the dark alone again. won't eat. He sits and stares like he's the only one who cares. The letters sit unopened still on the table by the windowsill. Before the dawn can find my door, I'm already on the floor. I'm lonesome before the sunrise comes, before the rooster, before the drums. When the night won't let the morning in, I face the dark alone again. I used to wake up to her humming in the kitchen. Now all I wake up to is the silence. And I'll tell you something, friends, silence at 4 in the morning has got a weight to it that no sunrise can lift. I'm lonesome before the sunrise comes, before the rooster, before the drums. When the night won't let the morning in, Lord, I'll be lonesome till the end. Just me in the dark before the sun. You traded home for an open road. You packed it down without a sound. Before the children rose from bed, you never once looked back around and left no word, no tears, no thread. The kids still ask me where you've gone, and I got nothing to go on. Was it worth the leaving? All them years of grieving? Was the life you found out there better than the life we shared? I hear you're living somewhere west with someone new who keeps you warm. I pray you found the peace and rest and didn't leave her in a storm. I ain't a man who holds a grudge, but Lord above will have to judge. Was it worth the leaving? All them years of grieving? Was the life you found out there better than the life we shared. I thought about this for a long, long time, and I don't say this out of bitterness. But when you left, you took a piece of something those children needed. And I confess, what you left behind was more. Was it worth the leaving? Lord, I'm done with grieving. Whatever life you found out there, I'll raise these kids and say a prayer. Some choices a man can't ever take back. He never said goodbye without a song. Come rain or shine, come cold or heat, he'd strum the porch before his sleep. 3 chords were all he ever knew, but everyone rang warm and true. We'd gather round the lamp at night. His music made the dark feel right. Daddy kept his guitar by the door, like a promise he would always keep. Played the same songs every night before. He tucked us in and kissed us to sleep. He's gone now 20 years and more, but that old guitar still leans beside the door. I play it sometimes, feel his hands, and every chord that still withstands. We'd gather round the lamp at night. His music made the dark feel right. Daddy kept his guitar by the door, like a promise he would always keep. Played the same songs every night before. He tucked us in and kissed us to sleep. I never told him what it meant to me, those quiet nights, that melody. Now all I have is what remains, his old guitar and those 3-chord strings. Daddy kept his guitar by the door, like a promise only love could keep. Played the same songs every night before. He tucked us in and sang us to sleep. I'll keep it by the door, just like He always did. There's dust on the Bible, love still on the page. She kept it beside her old chair. Her ribbon she placed for a prayer. Her handwriting filled every line with grace notes and mercy divine. She passed on a cold winter night, but her words still burn clear and bright. I reach for that book when the dark closes in, and I swear I can feel her right here once again. There's dust on the Bible, but love on the pages. Her careful old writing still warm through the ages. I'll carry her faith like a lamp through the rain till I'm home in those arms, Lord, one day again. My children don't know how she knew at dawn with a prayer she would feel. I found her last note in the back. Don't wander too far, don't look back. She meant the good Lord, she meant home. She meant I would never walk alone. When the world wears me thin, her voice in those pages still steadies me then. There's dust on the Bible, but love on the pages. Her careful old writing still warm through the ages. I'll carry her faith like a lamp through the rain till I'm home in those arms, Lord, one day again. Lord, I've fallen short of what she raised me to be, but that old warm Bible keeps her spirit close to me. Some nights I just hold it, don't read a single word, knowing her love is the sweetest prayer I've heard. There's dust on the Bible, but love fills the pages. Her careful old writing, grown warm through the ages. I'll carry her faith like a lamp through the rain till I'm home, Mama, home in those arms again. Come on home now, just come on home. loves don't die. They just burn slow. I found your letter in a drawer beneath your old and faded coat. You left before the morning thaw, without a word and not a note. I told myself you'd come back round, but all I heard was highway sound. You're still burning in my bones. Every night I'm here alone. I've tried to let your memory go, but darling, it just burns too slow. The old dog sleeps on your side still. The porch light's on from dusk to dawn. I sit and rock against my will and pray for mercy till you're gone. I should have let the ashes lie, but some flames never say goodbye. You're still burning in my bones. Every night I'm here alone. I tried to let your memory go, but darling, it just burns too slow. I ain't a man who talks to empty rooms, but I'll say this once and not again. You were the only fire I ever knew, and I've been cold here ever since. You're still burning in my bones. Lord knows I've bled and prayed and moaned. 20 years I've tried to let you go, but you're still burning, burning slow. Some fires just don't let a good man go. He ironed that old shirt like it was all he owned. He shined those shoes on Friday night. He'd hang his tie beneath the porch light. Mama pressed the crease in his collar straight. He'd only say, son, don't you dare be late. He drove that dusty road through morning haze, 4 miles to the white church on Sunday days. He'd park the truck and tip his hat to men who worked the same hard fields week in again. Inside that wooden pew, he sat so still. He bowed his head and thanked the Lord for what he had. A working man who carried what God willed. Daddy wore his Sunday best to church, like it meant something more than Sunday's work. A clean-pressed man in a dusty life, thanking God for children, land and wife. He never spoke the things that wore him down, just did the work and never made a sound. The drought of 72 near broke him clean, but Sunday mornings you would never seen a straighter back or calmer set of hands. He'd sing the hymns in low and steady bands. I asked him once, "You pray for better days?" He smiled and said, "Boy, these are better days." He stood before that altar looking small. He bowed his head and gave the Lord his all. A man at peace who didn't need a hall. Daddy wore his Sunday best to church, like it meant something more than Sunday's worth. A clean-pressed man in a dusty life, thanking God for children, land and wife. The day we laid him down, we understood why Sunday mattered more than all the rest. He wore the week all rough and warm and good, but Sunday was the day he felt most blessed. We dressed him in that shirt, that same old tie. Mama pressed the crease one final time, and I swore that I heard her softly cry, "You look just like the day that you were mine." Daddy wore his Sunday best to rest, as if to say he'd passed the hardest test. A clean-pressed man in his final sleep, thanking God for every soul to keep. That old black tie still hangs behind the door. Standing where we stood, but nothing holds us now. Old wooden bridge above the creek, the boards are rotted, the railing's weak, but I still walk out to the middle here, same as I did for 30 years. Used to come with you on autumn nights, watch the water catch the fading light. Now the planks crack under just my weight, and I wonder if love shares the same fate. The cold wind cuts across the hollow ground and carries off the last leaves coming down, like every tender thing we built between us. Cold wind on a broken bridge, where we used to stand and feel so strong. Cold wind on a broken bridge, showing me what broke while I moved on. I thought that time would hold the wood in place, truth that comfort hides away. I remember when we carved our names in the old oak post in its wooden frame. Said forever like we meant the word, clear as promise either of us heard. Now the carving's soft and hard to read, like a vow that time and weather free. And the creek below just keeps on moving, past the things we built and past the proving. The cold wind bends the bare trees on the hill and asks the questions I've been too proud to fill. Like what's a man without the bridge he trusted? Cold wind on a broken bridge where we used to stand and feel so strong. Cold wind on a broken bridge, showing me what broke while I moved on. I thought that time would hold the wood in place. I thought that love would hold us face to face. But cold wind on a broken bridge tells the truth that comfort hides away. Maybe broken things still serve a purpose. Maybe standing on a failing bridge is how a man finally learns his limits and finds the solid ground he's always missed. I stepped back to the bank and turned around and felt the firm earth rise to meet my feet. Some bridges teach you more in breaking down than they ever did when they were whole and free. Cold wind on a broken bridge where I used to think that love was stone. Cold wind on a broken bridge sent me back to solid ground alone. I don't curse the bridge for what it cost me, or the years I spent not knowing how it swayed. Cold wind on a broken bridge made me grateful for the ground where I now stand. Sometimes what breaks beneath you builds the man you had to be. She's still swinging, though the light is almost gone.
She rose before the morning every day, made the coffee, chased the dark away,
Raised 3 children with her calloused hands, loved a man who didn't understand.
the years wore on like water on a stone. She swung that porch swing all alone. Porch swing in the fading light, she holds the day before the night. Silver hair and a faded dress, Love like hers is heaven's best.
The little ones come on holidays. They fill the house for a couple of days.
She sits and rocks and hums her song, the kind of love that holds lifelong. The years wore on like water on stone. She swung that porch swing never alone. Porch swing in the fading light. She holds the day before the night. Silver hair and a faded dress. Love like hers is heaven's best.
She never asked for much at all.
A quiet home and a garden wall.
A man to sit right beside her there.
And love enough to go anywhere. Porch swing in the fading light. She holds the world before the night. Silver hair and a grateful heart. Love like hers is a form of art.
She keeps on swinging
As the very last stars arrive.
every mile of gravel takes me further from you. Tires spin on the county road, my heart carries a heavy load. Dust clouds rising in my way, chasing something I can't name, left behind a rusted gate, and a love I learned too late. The radio plays a familiar tune, sounds like losing under a harvest moon, like the gravel road leads nowhere soon. Gravel road blues beneath my wheels, rolling past all I used to feel. Nothing left but the open sky and a gravel road that knows just why. Past the field where we used to stand, you'd reach out for my working hand. Fireflies lit the summer air, now there's only silence there, and a farmhouse with a broken light that I won't be stopping at tonight. The radio plays a lonesome tune, sounds like crying under a harvest moon, gravel road ends too soon. Gravel road blues beneath my wheels, rolling past all I used to feel. Nothing left but the open sky and a gravel road that knows just why. You said love was like this road, rough and long and hard to hold, but even roads lead somewhere new. Mine just hasn't yet led me back to you. Gravel road blues beneath my wheels, rolling through what the heart conceals. Nothing left but the open sky and a gravel road that still asks why. Some roads don't end, they just run out of you. Waking up beside the same true love. That picture on the mantel shows us young, with everything we thought that we would be. Our hands were clean, our futures freshly sung, and life was just a door we had to keep. 3 decades now moved across this land, filled that frame with all that came to be. Not always what we planned or what we planned, but real and ours and all that we could see. This quiet winter evening by the fire, I count the years the way you count your breath. Not loss by loss, but gift by faithful gift. 3 decades down the line and I'm still here, still waking up beside the one held dear. 3 decades warm but nothing's broke for good. 3 decades down the line I understood. The children came and grew and moved away, and left us with each other in this house. We found we still had plenty more to say than all those early years would first espouse. The fights we had the hard way taught us well, that love ain't soft, it asks you every day to choose again the story that you tell, and choose again the one who makes you stay. This evening sitting near your easy chair, I take your weathered hand inside of mine and feel the 30 years that brought us here. 3 decades down the line and I'm still here, still waking up beside the one held dear. 3 decades warm but nothing's broke for good. 3 decades down the line I understood. What they don't tell you on your wedding day is that the love you start with isn't love, it's promise and what love becomes someday. has built a hard, slow way below and above. It's choosing you when I could drive away. It's staying when the going strips me bare. It's 30 years of ordinary days that made me love you more than I can bear. 3 decades down the line and I'm still yours, still grateful for the light behind these doors. 3 decades worn and nothing's broke for good. 3 decades down the line, I'd do it as I should. The best thing I have done is stayed with you. 3 decades down the line, I'd do it as I should. The best thing I've done is stayed with you. That light was burning when I left and burned when I returned. She strung it on a hook above the door the summer that my daddy went to war. She said that light will guide him through the night as long as I can keep on paying light. The neighbors joked we ran the meter high. Our porch burned brighter than a July sky. She never laughed, she'd only nod and say, one day you'll understand why life's that way. We went to sleep beneath that burning gold and woke to find it faithful, burning strong. She never let it dim against the cold. Mama hung the porch light high so no one had to wonder coming by. That home still held an arm, still waited warm. Steady light against the darkest storm. The years went on, my daddy made it back. My brother left for college past the tracks, and I drove off for something I can't name. But every time I turn back home, that flame was burning in the dark against the pine. A steady yellow promise through the trees. I'd slow the truck and let that light remind that home was more than just a word to me. I'd hold my breath to see it from the hill, and every time it shone I'd feel the pull. She never let it dim, she never will. Mama hung the porch light high so no one had to wonder coming by. That home still held an arm, still waited warm. A steady light against the darkest storm. The last time that I came to visit there, she moved a little slower to the door. Her hands were thin but steady, I declare. She lit it up just like she had before. I said, Mama, do you need to keep that on? You're here alone, there's no one on the road. She looked at me and said, what if you're gone, but need to find your way back to this road? Mama hung the porch light high for every child who ever said goodbye. That home still holds an arm, still wait here warm. That steady light has outlasted every storm. Somewhere a porch light burns and always will. She didn't take the one thing that she needed most. Found it on the porch swing after she was gone, worn and cracked and dog-eared, pages holding on. Her name in faded pencil on the first inside page, written by her mother at some tender age. Margins full of notes in her small, careful hand, words she underlined to help her understand. I sat down on that porch swing in the failing light, held that book like holding her felt almost right, and wondered what she left behind on purpose. She left her Bible on the porch, like a candle in a window for the lost, like she knew that I'd be needing it more than she could know the cost. She left her Bible on the porch, with her whole life pressed between the pages, every prayer and every promise kept across her many ages. Found a pressed magnolia at the Book of John, a grocery list, tucked in at Psalms 21. A letter to the Lord she never chose to send, written on a night when she was near the end. She asked him for more time, and asked him for more grace, and asked him to look after all of us in her place. I read those words out loud into the evening air, felt something settle quiet, like an answered prayer, like she knew exactly what she left behind. She left her Bible on the porch, like a candle in a window for the lost, like she knew that I'd be needing it more than she could know the cost. She left her Bible on the porch, with her whole life pressed between the pages. Every prayer and every promise kept across her many ages. I never was a man who bent his knee, never found the words that prayers are made of. But holding her old Bible in the dark, I finally understood what she was made of. And I bowed my head for the very first time, not for me, but just to honor hers. She left her Bible on the porch, like she knew I'd find my way back in, like she trusted God to finish what her love had tried to begin. She left her Bible on the porch, with her whole faith pressed between the pages. And I carry it inside with me now, through all my remaining ages. Some gifts don't look like gifts until you're ready to receive them.